Hi, my name is George Farah. I'm going to go back a little bit in time, about 10, 11 years ago, and tell you what happened. Got a job in the police department, and basically I was there, a rookie, brand new, and I wasn't even working. I got a call, and I heard that one of the bank was getting robbed, and it happens that, I was in the area, so I stopped by to help, and somehow I really don't like to talk about it too much because it kind of brings really bad memories, but make the story short, I got shot 3 times. The bullet penetrated, 1 time missed me. I suffered quite an ordeal. They actually pronounced me dead a couple times. The doctor basically signed off, and somehow I kept coming back. I had 7 cardiac arrests, lost half my large intestines, part of my small intestines, 1 kidney, part of my liver, almost every organ in my body. My lungs only work about 70 to 75%. I couldn't move my hand because I had a clot here in my hand, my leg, everywhere. You think you're gonna die. And well, after waking up from a coma, it's actually, they call it a sedative coma, and they forced me to go there because my heart will not stop, beating so fast, and I kept getting those cardiac arrests. Finally woke up, and I was a mess. I was from 220 pounds, I went down to 129 pounds. I have a colostomy bag, a catheter, couldn't move my arm, couldn't move my leg. For the first 2-3 weeks, they couldn't even feed me or give me anything when I was in a coma. And the only thing that saved me is my muscles. If it wasn't for my muscles, he said, what I'm going to tell you is, he goes, you started at 220, you went down to 129. Imagine you were a guy who's an average guy, 150 pounds, never worked out himself. He said, you think you're going to be sitting here telling a story? I used to sit down at night and say, oh my God, why this happened to me? Like after I had great 6-pack, I look in the mirror, I had that big 133 stitches with all, stuff. And I was oozing, and I have colostomy. I look in the mirror, and I have tears in my eyes. I'm like, God, please, just give me the strength. I can, I can get back. I can make it again. I kept determined that I know I'll be back. Even when I was in the hospital, I wait for everybody to leave because I was so embarrassed to get up, and I couldn't walk. So I'll wait till everybody leaves. I try to sleep during the day, and I get up. And somehow I start doing calves when everybody leaves, try to walk, squat down my own weight, trying to do push-up on the walls. I was crazy. It's just something you love so much, and they're going to take away from you. And finally, just like that inner strength, it kept telling me, you got to go, man. You got to go to the gym. Don't be afraid. And I went to the gym, and I started lifting like 2 pounds. And people looking at me, and they're like, wow, man, look too good, stuff. And I wanted to cry. I had the tears in my eyes, because I was a ranking champion before. I won the state before, so I was well known in the community. And man, just to hear people like, oh, this guy, I can just hear him, buzzing around like he's never gonna come back. And people start doubting me from the beginning. What? You gonna do a show? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a show. Dude, you have a bag? I'm like, I don't care. I start training a little bit at a time. The 2 pounds turned to 5, the 5 turned to 10. From 10, I was doing 100. And then when I tell, after they removed my colostomy bag, I told everybody, that I'm coming back and I'm gonna do the show. They're looking like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I am. In 6 months, you guys gotta see me. And this is when that true inner strength kicked in. And I start going day in, day out, eat good, drink the protein, do my stuff, see what works for me, train harder and harder, and I kept increasing the more my body allowed me, the more I lifted, the more I did, and I just and I was strong in every way, in every aspect. I didn't care about candy, I didn't care about I said, oh my God, I just want to prove to myself, not to everybody else or whatever, I want to prove that God, He gave us that, strength for a reason, and we can overcome everything in life. And I did, and I tell you what, after all these nights that, I regret crying and stuff, because, man, when I walked on that stage, I remember, I swear, I kept myself hitting, And then I walk on that stage, and everybody in the audience, they're like, whoa. And kind of was like, I just brought him something to the next level, not a state level. And everybody's like, when I won the overall, I was only 169, but I came in such a good condition around this because I trained so hard, and I was so, hungry for it. So I get off that stage, and everybody congratulate me. I beat 140 some guys or whatever, won the overall. And these same guys, they come to me, they're like, oh my God, dude, you look unbelievable. And 6 months later, I won actually the New York State Bodybuilding Championship. And about 8 months later, the following year, I went to the National, first time at the National, and I turned pro. So I was one of the very few unlucky ones. So this is the true inner strength, man. This is when they tell you, you know what? This guy is so strong to overcome something. They're not talking about how much you lift, how much. It's just they're talking about how you have it inside you, how you can overcome things. And I'm very blessed. I thank God every moment of the day that I'm still alive, because I truly believe that He kept me here to be a good ambassador of the sport and to help many people achieve their dream like I did myself. Hi, this is IFBB Pro George Farah, and I do have true strength.